I'll do a quick round count. Hi, this is Mary Jo Brown with DuPage News, and we are having conversations with candidates. Now we have Tiffany Steffens, correct?
Yes.
Right. And you are running for the City Council of Naperville.
That's right.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
This is my first time I've had an opportunity to meet you, so this is fun. You get to interview me if you want to.
Okay. Okay, I am. I'm happy for you to have me here.
Well, great. Thank you. We're glad you're here. We're just having a little conversation about you running, why you're running, issues, and let's start with a little bit of background about you. You're not currently on the council. In fact, I don't think you've ever held a political office prior to this, have you?
No.
Okay.
First
so you
time.
lived in Naperville for
15 years.
So why this race and why now?
I think it's just timing. You know, I've been in the community. I've been in Naperville for 15 years. I've watched council for about a year and a half. I've been part of that meeting, going to see what the city has to offer. And, you know, I've been out in the community 5 days a week, 15 hours a day. And it was just, you know, something that was brought to my attention, you know, through the community about me, you know, well, you should run. And I'm like, you know, maybe I should, you know. And so I've always wanted to be a voice for the community and for people in the community and for the kids and teens. And I always wanted to be that role model to let them know that anything you want to do as far as serving and being a public servant is possible. So we need to get more young people involved in the city and in different governments. So that was the reason why I wanted to
Okay.
run.
Now, in terms of what you do, you launched a non-for-profit, is that correct?
Yes.
And you run currently that business?
Yes, I'm the founder and vice president of Kids Teen Rider, the transportation service for kids and teens. We transport from 6 in the morning till 10 at night. We're just, you know, so blessed and grateful to be able to offer this service because a lot of children do need this service. We get kids home from after school programs after the school bus has left. We get teenagers to work. We work with children that are homeless and you know, shelters that, you know, the school bus does not go to. I mean, we work with District 204 and 203 in providing services. And so this is a service that is well needed, and it fills a gap that Naperville needs.
So that's interesting. You saw this need, so you launched this company, this business, non-for-profit. Is that the kind of vision you see bringing that quality over to the council, that spirit of entrepreneurship here?
I do. I see bringing new ideas, new innovative ideas for the city. I know that, you know, everyone is differently made as far as have different ideas, but I think that that's something that I do want to be able to bring along to City Council, because I mean, as long as you have that foundation and that structure of ideas, I mean, you can work out a lot of things in council, and so I'm willing to bring my perspective to council.
Okay, let's talk about a specific topic there, budget. All right, you said you've been going and observing the council for the last year and a half. What do you think needs to be done with the budget?
I think that it just needs to be looked at a little bit more carefully. We are spending unnecessary money that we need. I know at one time we had a $7 million gap in our budget. I know that they have lessened that gap due to, you know, probably selling some things and, you know, switching some things around, but it has, you know, shrinked a little bit. But I do believe that a lot of different things we need to look at, the price of goods and what comes in and what goes out. We need to be a little bit more careful of that. So as far as the finances, once I'm in council, you can basically get a structural sense of it. The council members that are there, they can probably tell it better than I can. They've been on there 4 years. But again, we have to make sure that how can we make a little into a lot? And it goes back to our everyday means. I mean, it's just like if I'm going to a show 2 times a week and my job hours are cut and my budget shrinks, I can't go to the show two days a week anymore. I have to go rent a movie, go get something less expensive than what I'm doing. And so it just all goes back to just the common sense and common goals of what you need to do. If you don't have it, don't spend it.
Now I'm curious why you chose Naperville. You said you moved here, what, 15 years ago?
I moved here 15 years ago.
You chose Naperville to launch your business, and
Yes.
you said it's a great place to have a business, but you think it can be improved a little bit in that regards.
I do. As a business, you know, I had a daycare for 10 years, and was wonderful. And I launched a founder of Kids Teen Writer, and you know, I just believe that, you know, the business needed more assistance, more help, and you know, people wanted to expand out and come. Children wanted to come, but it was just no resources. And so I just felt closed in. And days I felt like, you know what, I just need to get this up. How many businesses feel like that? You know, small businesses are the core to Naperville, believe it or not. They make the people who they are by just walking down, going in the stores, looking and shopping and feeling happy and good about yourself. You know, you go in there, you network, and you know, nothing against big businesses, but again, small businesses are the core of Naperville, you know, and we need to make sure that the small businesses feel that way.
So it's obvious you have a voice that wants to be heard. And now with the non-for-profit, there's been the chamber. Now, are you looking at joining the chamber now that they have the 501?
I'm excited. They have the new non-for-profit, and I'm definitely going to get involved after everything is, you know, done with the campaign. And I'm looking forward to that. And I'm you know, going to be involved in that, and that is well needed. And that's what we're speaking about. You know, bringing more tools and necessary learning for the community, and that's one good way that we can network. And so I'm excited about getting involved in that.
That's great. Well, is there a website or anything you'd like to promote, let to the viewers out there?
Yes, my website is stephensforcouncil.com, and I want everybody to go on there and check the site out. One thing about council is we need more women on council. We need more women. It's just, I always say this with my husband, it's like husband and wife are totally different in thoughts and things we do. And so we need to bring that balance. That's going to bring a balance. And then also I believe with city council, we need diversity. Naperville is a wonderful town of all rainbow, you know, of the colors of the rainbow. And so we need to show that, you know, in our higher standards, also in our offices and schools and councils. And so we can learn about each other, you know, and so that's another thing that I'm excited about, is so many people in the community excited, you know, about me running. And so it's excitement. Great. And so I'm just, you know, I'm blessed to be here. Again, I grew up in Chicago on the north side. And so I know what it's like to want to be somewhere and can't. And so I just want to let everyone know out there that, you know, we all are in a time of, with the, you know, the economy, where we need to help one another. It's not all about us. City council is not personal gain. City council is for the community. And we have to get out there and let the community know we care. I mean, you know, when I did my petitions, a lot of people I ran into were not even registered to vote. Wow. And I had to talk to them, and they said, you know what? I'm going tomorrow. That's what we want to convey to the people, hope. We want to let them know that your word does matter, because if it doesn't, they won't be registered and they won't be enthusiastic to go out there and vote. And so I'm just glad that I can, almost like you call it, wake the dead. You let them come out and see, and let them feel they're a part of something. You know, and when people, you know, walk up to me and say, I want a sign in my yard, or do you need any help? They want to be a part of something. And once the community feels like they're a part of something, a lot of things can continue to grow. And we do want to maintain the quality of life in Naperville. That's one of the reasons why I moved to Naperville. We want to maintain that, but we want to maintain it for every citizen in Naperville. And that's what I represent, every citizen of Naperville. We have a lot of, God bless council now, but we just need some more people that's out there with the community and want to be outside the box and not in the box. And that's why I'm running. And I'm willing to listen, lead, and learn. I'm willing to listen to what the community has to say. I'm willing to learn about the issues. Do I know everything? No. Will I learn? I will do my best. And I'm willing to lead by example, because we are the examples for our next children of the future. And so they need to see us as role models and say, you know what, I remember her. You know, I remember her, and I want to go on city council and see what it's all about. And so, you know, I was just riding a little girl the other day from school and picked her up, and she said, Miss Tiffany, everybody's talking about you. What are you running for? Are you going to be the mayor? I said, no, honey, I'm not going to be the mayor. She said, oh, you're going to be helping the mayor? I said, well, something like that. I'm going to be helping the mayor. She said, that's cool. She said, who is our mayor? She was 6 years old. I said, our mayor is Mayor Pareto. And she said, Mayor Pareto is our mayor. She started going around the van saying Mayor Pareto is our mayor. And so that lets me know that I'm sowing a seed. I'm sowing a seed. I'm sowing a seed. And again, I'm a very spiritual woman, and I believe that we have to sow seeds. We have to teach. And again, I am a person to learn from wisdom. I have a lot of older people. I go and sit down and they talk to me, and I just love the wisdom. And so that's what we have to bring to our children in Naperville. I love the kids. I love the teens. And I want to be an example.
That's great. If I'll say one thing, you talk about being an example. You have your own children.
I do. I have 3 teenagers and I have an 8-year-old. And, you know, they watch me and they say, Ma, so much work that you do. But I do want to let them know at the end that it's well worth it. You know, see, at the end of the day, it's not about how much money you have. It's about how many people you have helped, how many people you have touched. It's about the heart. And so, again, we want to be able to teach. And in this time in need of what a lot of people are going through, losing their homes, you know, you never know what people are going through. We need to be able to say, hi, how are you? Not about me, how am I? You know, how are you today? Are you having a good day? You know, I'm having a good day. And then, you know, just be interested in what someone else is doing besides ourselves. And so that's what I'm so happy about. I want to be able to say that. When people come up to me, they're like, you know, wow, you're running? Yes. And you're not afraid? I said, no. I'm not afraid, because when you have a passion, you're not afraid of anything, because that passion speaks to you. And anything anybody says about what you can't do bounces right off, and it makes you work harder. And so I have a passion, because that passion lies within me of what I've went through. And a lot of people say, I explain to my kids about where I grew up at and the gang fire, and say, Mom, why are you always telling us that? You seem like you're so proud of being in the area. You know, I look on TV and I see those kids, and my heart goes out, because I was one of those kids that were walking to school. Didn't know if I was going to make it home the next day. And my daughter comes to Naperville School District, and all she has to worry about is what color shirt gonna match her shoes. And so, you know, I said, I'm not happy about where I came from. I'm grateful for what my parents did for me. I'm happy I made it out safe. And so I would always pray at 5 years old and say, you know, Lord, if you get me out of here, when I get older, I'm going to go to the best in the city. This was 5. I'm going to have the best, my kids going to go to the best school district. Who talks like that at 5? But I knew and seen a lot and knew that I wanted better. And I came to Naperville. And my children are in the best school districts. And we're living to where it's way better than where I come from. And so I believe that that was my divine destiny to come here. And so I'm just so happy again to listen, learn, and lead, and to be an example of all the people who think you have your ups and you have your downs. But at the end of the day, we're all human. You know, we all close our doors, and we all cry, and we all have to pay bills, and we all have to eat, and we all have to do a whole lot of things. And so that's just what makes Naperville, and I'm excited again. And I know so many people are excited about elections.
It's an exciting time.
It is.
And Tiffany, we are so glad that you came and shared with us your thoughts and your issues, and we look forward to seeing the results of the election on April 5th.
And I'm so glad that you had me here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.